Hi friends, I'm John Laspina, your carnivore teacher. In this video, I want to talk about how people and companies and agencies, when they're touting something positive, they will never share the negative. And that bothers me. You'll always hear about, here's a product and it has all these wonderful things in it, like coffee has polyphenols. That's healthy for you. Well, that's all they talk about to get you to drink the coffee or to justify them drinking coffee. And I'm not going to tell you not to drink coffee. That's your choice. But coffee has a lot of negatives. The caffeine goes into your adenosine receptors instead of adenosine, and it puts you out of balance energy-wise. Your ATP is affected by caffeine. It's a stimulant. Then our body gets used to this caffeine, and then when you stop the caffeine, 24 to 48 hours, the veins in your head that were constricted because of the caffeine are now trying to go back to normal, which is dilation. They're dilating, and it presses on your brain, and you get that awful caffeine withdrawal headache for a long time. And then there's a lot of chemicals in caffeine. They used to use caffeine to kill bugs and insects. So yes, it has polyphenols. Yay! What about all the other stuff that I just explained? They don't talk about the bad stuff. Same thing with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar comes from apples. They ferment the juice. It's a vinegar. And it supposedly does all these wonderful benefits for you. They never talk about the negative side to apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is not from the animal kingdom. It has anti-nutrients in it. Not too much. It's not too bad. I think it's kind of neutral, but they tout so many positive things about it, and that's the only thing they focus on. They don't talk about how it can rot your teeth if you don't rinse your mouth properly, or it could mess up your esophagus if you don't follow it with a lot of water. There's a couple negatives. Chocolate. This burns me up because I love chocolate. I hear people talk about the amazing positive benefits to dark chocolate. And you can even get or make your own chocolate that doesn't use sugar. You can use allulose or monk fruit or stevia. And then you don't get the sugar, and you're getting all the wonderful anti-inflammatory aspects of cacao and chocolate and the theobromine and all these wonderful chemicals. And then they don't tell you about the very harmful aspect of dark chocolate, and that's oxalate. Dark chocolate, the cacao bean that they grind, and they get cacao, which is raw, or if they roast it, it's called cocoa. Cacao and cocoa, you're getting an enormous amount of oxalate. If our body can tolerate about 150, 180 milligrams of oxalate a day and flush it out appropriately, when we eat a certain amount of chocolate, like a portion of chocolate, we're giving ourselves 300 to 400 milligrams of oxalate, which is double or triple the amount we're supposed to have in one day. And if you were like me, you didn't have one portion of chocolate, you had 3 or 4 in a sitting. Chocolate is just so amazing that we overeat it too easily. Yes, milk chocolate has less, but then it has the milk. It's got the milk sugars. They're usually sweetened more. I try to stay away from chocolate, dark chocolate, cacao, cocoa now because I got a kidney stone and I learned about oxalate. So when I see any product, and it's always plants, by the way, that has oxalate in it, I steer clear. Dark chocolate, black pepper, spinach, cinnamon, turmeric. There's a whole list of them. Rhubarb. I don't have plants anymore. So being a carnivore has really helped me stay clean and healthy. It really has. Now, if you are experiencing oxalate dumping because you had a lot of chocolate in your life, a lot of spinach in your life, all these things, then every couple of months you may have a dumping episode that can be very painful. And the way to minimize a dumping episode, according to Sally K. Norton and many others, is to actually eat a little bit of oxalate. If you're experiencing very painful oxalate dumping, you have a little bit and the body senses it and it lowers the dumping so it dumps slower so you can manage it. You're still going to dump it out, but it won't put you in the hospital. Some people have actually died from oxalate toxicity. It's called oxalates. It's terrible. Any product that is not an animal product is going to have an anti-nutrient. Cacao is one of them. So I stay away from chocolate. Another one would be fiber. Eat this because it has a lot of fiber and fiber is good for you. Well, in my opinion, that's completely wrong because there's nothing positive about fiber. It scrapes and gouges and rips as it goes through your intestines and your colon. It blocks the absorption of vitamins and minerals and protein and fat. It causes flatulation and sometimes it smells and it gives you bloating. Fiber is just bulk. It's just tree fiber. It's paper. It's wood. It's sawdust. Fiber contains no nutrition. So whatever positive thing they say about fiber, they're wrong. It's all negative. And if you stick with animal foods, you get no fiber and you have very smooth and easy bowel movements and very infrequent and very little to no gas and it doesn't smell. Anytime anybody tells you something is good for you, look at all these great benefits, just nod your head and go on ChatGPT or Google and look at the detriments to that product, especially if it's a plant. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day.